Rattlers, good evening. How are y'all doing today? We're checking in with your favorite Thursday night crew, as we like to say. So come on in and let's get ready to have a good, fun, um, Fang Exchange, FAMU, athletics conversation. Now, we got a compliment already. Marvin said the thumbnail looks great, Fang Exchange.
Yeah,
Thank you. We
it's
got a new
jam packed today. It's jam
yeah, we
packed
got a
today. We
jam-packed
got a
show,
lot to
and
talk about.
we have a right. And one thing for sure, we got an intern help graphic designer that's been helping us step our graphics up. So
Absolutely.
it's good that
Shout
you
out
all are
to
noticing that.
I knew, and he's a rattler. He's a
And
student
he's a
at
rattler.
FAMU.
Hmm.
So shout out to him.
Shout out to him, and we're gonna give him a better shout out than this. But thank you, Marvin.
Absolutely.
Hey Demetra, hey Frank, hey little baby, how y'all doing? Good to see each and every one of you. Like Tashay has already said, it's a jam packed show. It's so much going on, and in a good way. There's so many things going on. So we will be talking a lot tonight. Looking for your feedback. Give us some feedback in the chat as you always do. Make sure you're liking the YouTube page. Make sure you follow our social media pages. Is at the bottom of the screen. We're probably gonna take that off when we get into some other slideshows because I noticed it was kind of blocking it, but we'll put it back up there. So make sure if you're not following any of these Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as Instagram pages, make sure you follow that and tell a friend, tell a rattler to tell a rattler, come follow us.
And when you come
So
in, like the page. I mean, like
like
the
the
show.
page and
Like the
like the
stream.
show, like the page and like the show. Okay,
Okay. Be
that's
obedient.
it.
Like the stream. If you already
Yeah.
in there right now, stop
Hmm.
and pause and like the stream. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
Now's a good time. What's up, Swag family? Hey, Miss Gail.
Hey
We got our
y'all.
Swag family in here too. Swag and the Food came to check us out.
Yeah, what's
As
good?
always, they support us, so we always like to shout them out, let them know to check them
Absolutely.
out as well.
Absolutely.
So where do we want to go? I guess we'll start with
What we starting with?
what we
Yes,
start with Social
definitely got
House.
to start with Social House.
Social House. So let's make sure that we don't forget about Social House, and we make sure that actually we got an update. We'll be providing an update and letting you know some more details about Social House and where we stand as of right now. We've been in this partnership so far since October. We are in the new year. We're actually in now February of the new year. So we've had some pretty decent sales, but we can always stand to improve and keep the excitement rolling. So don't forget about Social House. Make sure you go on to socialhousevodka.com and purchasing through Fang Exchange's link to get your bottles. If you ran out, now's a good time to re-up. Make it a birthday gift, make it a holiday gift of any of the holidays or anniversary gift. And make sure you tell a rattler and show a rattler what we have. So don't forget, let's keep it rolling with Social House. You will see more activity with Social House as well as the year progresses. So we're grateful for this
Yeah,
partnership. We're happy that they saw something in us to come in and partner with us. So we want to make sure that we hold our end of the bargain. Yep.
yeah. I'm gonna challenge y'all too because we took a little dip in
Yeah, we
December.
did. We took a dip in
So
December.
y'all get back to Social House website. You can go through like Ashley said, go through Fang Exchange website or go just Google it. Whatever you decide to do, just make sure you buy the Fang Exchange limited edition bottle. Don't buy anybody else's. And get back to buying them bottles. I know your bottles gone. Because
Yeah.
y'all bought the heck out them bottles in November. I know it's gone. Because they said it's
Yep.
good.
Yep.
So
Yep. We
go
took a
get you
little dip.
another
That's right.
bottle. Yeah, go get you another bottle. We took a little dip. We looked at our numbers. We took a little dip. So let's get back to that. When we
Frank
moving on
says
to the
that's gonna be a
next, Ash.
jam packed show. If that
Oh,
means
it's
we're gonna
gonna
be here
be
till eleven
real.
thirty. We're not gonna
No,
be here
we're
till
not
eleven
gonna
thirty. We
be.
can't make no kind of promises.
I'm already under the weather. I'm not
Yep.
feeling the best. I couldn't leave my girl hanging. But we gonna get through this, and y'all already know what the biggest topic of the week is. The biggest,
You
biggest.
already know.
So,
So
we
let's
gonna get
move
to
move
that
on to
last.
our next and I just what? I didn't even put it in here. Let's talk about our next
Let's
order
do
of
it.
business.
Let's do it.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Let's go,
So
y'all.
let's make sure
Now,
you
come
go
on
ahead to say I
now.
gotta put something in here.
Yeah, let's. We need to make sure that we are giving to this initiative We started this initiative saying that we wanted 3,000 rattlers to give $100. Okay. Now, of course, that package is the bronze package. It comes with a Thanksgiving T-shirt, which the T-shirt, y'all, it's pretty fire, if I must say so myself. Like we did that. But y'all make sure that you are supporting Thanksgiving. If you would like those slides that everybody is in love with, the Rattler slides, of course you would have to donate to the silver package. And we still have that platinum and that gold level package. That platinum package, of course, it includes that game day, coveted game day experience. Um, and also remember, as a point of transparency, the more you give, the more athletes we're able to provide NIL opportunities for. So make sure that you are giving to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not endless. I mean, you can always give to Fang Exchange, but Thanksgiving will commence to end on February 28th. Okay.
Yep.
So that will be the wrap up of Thanksgiving. So please be sure that you are putting your pledging your donation and actually giving to the site. Right
So,
now,
as
here's where we
promised,
are.
as promised, we wanted to make
Okay.
sure we give an update through our thermometer. That was important to those of you when we mentioned this. So we want to give you an update. And on the screen right now is a QR code, so you're more than welcome to go ahead and drop $100, drop $20. You can break it up. Gail said she got her slippers already and wore them last night when she arrived. Perfect. We love it.
We
And
love
you'll get your
that.
additional merchandise.
Items.
That's gonna
Uh-huh.
be the additional merchandise items will be will follow your slippers. So thank you so much, Miss Gail. You're always a supporter. Thank you to everyone who is always supporting, whether it be through watching, Thanksgiving, memberships, and all the above. So here's where we are, just above really just above six
Six
thousand
thousand.
dollars.
Uh-huh.
But we put it in a 5,000 increment so that we can kind of keep a better track of how far we're moving up. So let's bump that Thanksgiving thermometer up a little bit by the next time we come back to
We
the
only
show.
got really like 2, 3 weeks,
Probably
y'all.
got
So
like two
y'all
three
need to,
weeks.
you know what I'm saying? So we can kind of assess this. Those of you that are members, we appreciate you because of course your monthly giving helps to also contribute to how we're able to help our athletes. But Thanksgiving will also definitely give us a budget that we can assess and determine how we
Uh-huh.
can really
Yep.
provide opportunities through name, image, and likeness.
Exactly. One thing I also want to mention, I had an opportunity to speak to one of our supporters a little bit earlier today who reached out, and I want to make sure that also we're not confusing Thanksgiving um, season tickets. We're not confusing Thanksgiving and the Fangs Exchange memberships. Okay, so we recognize that there are kind of two kind of things that are going in tandem, and they both have tiers. They both have dollar figures and things that might come along with the tier. So just want to make sure that you all know that the packages are ongoing. That's an ongoing opportunity where you can get a Fang Exchange membership, and you will get different types of merchandise and opportunities through that. That's something you can always do at any point throughout the year. And then we have Fang Exchange, which is a campaign. So campaigns always start, they have a goal, and then they end.
Thanksgiving, she
I'm
meant
sorry,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I'm going messing it up, huh?
Mhm.
So Thanksgiving is a campaign. We have a goal, we have a start date, we have an end date. We will end it. You won't see Thanksgiving again potentially until later in the year where we kind of pick up our rotation of an annual type of campaign. So just want to make sure I want to make sure we aren't confusing the two. And you will see a lot more graphics, energy, and efforts behind the Thing Exchange packages as soon as, and we're trying not to kind of overlap it and be even more confusing or convoluted. So as soon as we kind of get this portion of our campaign out of the way from a contributor standpoint, you will see more about our packages and even some enhancements here and there. So just want to make sure of that. EA, you asking, are the season tickets separate from the platinum level? If you're referring, I want to make sure. Let me put the platinum level back up there. So you're referring to the Fang. I want to make sure you're referring to the Fang game day experience. I'm going to make sure, yeah, in the comments, tell me if you're referring to the Fang game day experience because we don't have season tickets, but we do have an opportunity through this platinum level that you can pick a game and you will have sideline passes, Rattler walk, warm up with the team, and it will be multiple passes with you. So we do have that. So I just want to make sure we're not confusing
I
the
think that's what
season
he's saying.
tickets.
Yeah,
But
there's
I'm
no
pretty sure that's
season
what you
tickets.
mean. So it is not separate from the platinum level if that's the case. The platinum level comes with that. So you will get in the platinum level, you will get everything, every merchant piece of merchandise that comes between bronze, silver, and gold, and then we'll add in the game day experience for you, and you'll have an opportunity to pick the game that it is that you would like to attend. It'll be, of course, it'll be a home game. We've already worked this out with Coach Cozy for basketball. I'm sorry, for football. So you'll have an opportunity to pick the game that works for you, and you will have passes to get a closer sideline look at our football program. Season tickets will need to go through the athletic department, and if I understand correctly, they will be available very soon, and you have an opportunity to get multiple tickets. Of course, like any other traditional season ticket package through the athletic department. Your Fang Game experience is through Thanksgiving, through Fang Exchange, and we will disperse those with you once the time comes. You'll get an additional email that'll give instructions on how you'll pick the game and how you'll get your passes. Okay.
Right. Okay. So,
So I
what's
hope
the
that answered
next
the
thing
question, EA.
you
But if it
move
doesn't,
into?
you already know you can ask more questions. So hope I we were able to make sure we were clear on that. So our next order of business, let's give a special shout out to our men's and women's basketball teams.
Yes.
Let's
We had a
Hey,
little hiccup. We had a little hiccup
we had a little
last
hiccup
week.
last week,
Well,
but
so
they
let me.
fought back though.
They did, but let me make y'all laugh. So everybody knows, what we came from last season in basketball, right? But let me tell you how confident Coach Crary and the men's Rattlers had us, right? So me and Ashley, we watching the game, we watching the scores, and we down. We like, man, we gonna come back. We ain't even like this is
I
how
mean, all the
we like. It
confidence.
wasn't even a question. We like, man, look. And then we checked the score. We were down by like 3. We like, I told you, we was coming back. We gonna win.
Exactly, we
You
knew it.
see, you
We
see,
just
with a
ran
little
out of a little
five
bit
game.
of time. If they had given us
Listen,
about 2 more minutes,
a little
we would have kept
five
that run.
game winning streak done put us
Yep.
in, like, at this point we the Lakers, because like we can't be beaten. I just feel like,
I
you know what I'm
mean,
saying? Like at this point,
right.
Coach
So
Crary
shout
is
out.
the
Yeah,
GOAT.
he's really pulling this
Like
team together.
he
Shout
really
out
is.
for sure
And they
to
won today.
Sterling Young, our guard, co-player of the week, co-newcomer of the week. So they're racking up the accolades, they're racking up the wins. We had a little hiccup last week, but no worries. We know Coach Crary and the guys will bring it together and bring it back around. So wanted to give a shout out.
Right.
Also want to give a shout out to, I was trying to wait for our women's basketball team to drop their graphic for the win tonight, but our women's basketball team had a good win, a great win tonight actually. Um, Going to look now. If anybody remember has a score, you can drop it in the chat. As a matter of fact, I have it right here. 65-48 played win over Prairie View, so that's almost 20 points. A 20-point win. But even at a 17-point win, that is large a large win, point victory for basketball. We've done all the things that we needed to do. We're improving, we're growing, we're moving up as well. So yeah, I'm excited about both our men's and women's basketball team. Coach Gordon, Coach Crary, they came in and giving us some life in a place where we needed in a sport that we needed life. So when you think about men's basketball, women's basketball, football, and all the other sports, softball is getting ready to start up soon. That's why Thanksgiving is so important. That's why becoming a member of Fang Exchange is so important, because this allows us to work with these individuals who are bringing wins and who are um, supporting the program and the coaches as well. Because this helps the coaches, and I'm pretty sure you all know that. But the coaches have the weight of retaining their star athletes and their good athletes to in competition with G5 programs as well as Power Five and FBS programs. So believe it or not, last year we did a lot as an organization to help keep, especially from a football perspective, to help us not, bleed out as much as we were on a trajectory to. So just keep that in mind. Your help helps not just the organization, but it really helps really helps the football program and the basketball programs and the individual programs overall. Lil baby said he thought that we had that game. I thought we were marching back too. Ain't gonna lie.
We did march back because we were
We
really
marched back
down.
hard, and
And
we had what we were one point down. I don't know, maybe a minute.
yeah, we went into the half down three. Down at the end, I think we were down like what 1 or 2 points. So,
Hmm.
I still it's a hard fought. Alabama State they ain't no pushovers. They got some
No,
real big guys. So I'm proud of Coach Crary. I'm proud of the job that he's doing. We done already surpassed our conference wins, and we
yep.
halfway through the season. So I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of our coach. And we ain't gonna get political here, but get that man his contract. Moving on. Go ahead,
Do
ask
what you're
next.
supposed to do. Do the right
Do
thing.
what you supposed to. Get that man his contract. Stop playing. Okay, let's move on
Oh,
else.
oh, one more thing before we move on to our next order of business. You know, the conference, the SWAC tournament is coming up very soon, and I mean, it's looking like we got men's and women's program that'll be involved. So let's make sure we're in Atlanta supporting our team. You know, that's getting a little far ahead right now, and we still have to continue to win. But I got some faith and I got some confidence in us. So
I
keep
will
that in
be there because
mind.
I think they
And a
got
lot of us are
12
in
teams
Atlanta,
now.
so that should be easy breezy for us to make
Yeah,
sure
they
we
got
pack out for the
12
Rapids.
teams in the tournament now. So
Yep. I don't see
we'll
why we
be there.
wouldn't be there.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll be there.
We'll
We'll be
definitely
there.
be there. All
Hmm.
right. So the other big news that happened um this week, matter of fact, yesterday was
Sorry,
National
y'all.
Signing Day.
Allergies. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Our girl got under the
I'm
weather
a
a little
little
bit, so
under the weather. Try not
she
to
fighting through
sneeze.
because she love y'all that much. That's why. That's what she's fighting
I'm
through right
trying
now.
not to sneeze. Go ahead.
She
I'm
fighting hard
sorry.
right now. So let's move on to the next National Signing Day. So one thing we did was, as a program, Coach Cozy and his team did an amazing job filling in the places where it appeared, you know, we needed a little a little push, a little,
Right.
some competition in the room. We lost Daniel Richardson to graduation, our amazing star 1 year quarterback. So we needed some new quarterback, some new competition in the room. So Coach Cozy and Coach Burrs went out and got us multiple quarterbacks. So in the chat, let us know how you feel about the recruits and the commits and the signees, should I say, that who which many are already on campus and in the strength and conditioning program and already doing what needs to be done. So let us know how y'all feeling about these recruits. I know, I mean, we was on Fangs Up. We were also on ONG Strike Zone, and everybody's had the opportunity to kind of give their feedback and their play on each guy. But Tyler Jefferson, quarterback, 6'1", 210 from Central Michigan. Actually, of course, from the same university that our previous starting quarterback, QB1, attended Central Michigan. So excited to see what he brings to the table. I know he's mobile. I've seen some film on him, and he can run. So that's actually good. We need a dual threat. I think Coach Burns likes the dual threat. Coach Cozy even likes the dual threat. So QB first up, QB Tyler Jefferson. Any thoughts or?
I'm most excited about the fact that we have a little more height on our. We love Daniel. Daniel made the best out of but we got a little bit more height on this QB,
Mm-hmm.
so we know that should help us to be able to do a couple of more things.
Yeah.
Of course that we don't know if it's QB1. There's going to be a competition which
Yes.
that has already been discussed. It's going to be whoever gets the job, whether it's Tyler or the other QB that we're going to discuss, or even Junior or Bryson,
Bryson.
all
Mm-hmm.
of the other QBs that we do have in the room. But it's exciting to see some competition. And what I remember Cozy saying, which I liked, is that he is preparing and making sure and ensuring that our offense doesn't fall apart if QB1 goes down. So
And
he wants to
that's
make
important.
sure that our backup is as adequately prepared to have to get in, because we saw what some things that happened when our QB1 went down, and we don't want to throw away games for reasons like that. So I love
Right.
the fact that we're going to have Coach Burris, who is our quarterbacks coach, and well, he's our quarterbacks coach. But we love that he's gonna be heavily a part of the offensive scheme. If I love that.
Right. So
I
breathe.
can't
That's right.
wait.
Put some more competition in the room. And
Absolutely.
with that comment, Marvin and Tashay, we'll move on to our next signee, which was another quarterback.
I watched this kid. I watched his
Okay,
film.
what you think? Tell us what you like.
I
Tell
like
us.
now. Let me say this. So a lot of his film, the bulk of his film, at least on Huddle, is high school. I will say that. It appeared to
Mhm.
be like a lot of high school, and it was a lot of practice film. But
Yeah, yeah.
I like him. I like him. I don't. I ain't mad at this. Now I don't know. How he'll look in our program. I don't know. But what I will say, he was a sneaky little pickup. Okay,
He
because
was. They slipped him in
he was a
real slick.
sneaky
That was
little
a
pickup.
surprise.
It
That
was.
was one of the surprises that we were kind of
Yeah,
questioning
he
and
was
looking
a
for.
sneaky
But yep,
pickup.
he was
But
sneaky.
like I said, I like the fact that we are picking up not just anybody. And I think that with having sorry y'all, with having a quarterback coach in the room the whole entire season, having coaches in the room the entire, to go through a season and then to be able to recruit throughout, the whole entire off season. It just means that we have more quality people that we're signing. They can
Mhm.
really vet the people that they're signing, and so I like both of our pickups in
I
the
do too.
quarterback room.
It's
I'm
exciting.
excited for the spring game. I'm excited to see who wins the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that.
And that gives some gauging for Junior and Bryson. And
Yeah,
we have a freshman quarterback who came in last year. It gives an opportunity to learn and grow as well, because the more
absolutely,
quarterbacks you bring in with different skill sets and different experiences, the more you're able to grow as an athlete in your own room, because competition should push you to your next level of growth.
absolutely,
So moving to our next, and most of these slides are in position groups, so we should be able to keep it all in between quarterback, defense, offense, things of that nature. So next, we're moving to our next signee, which is Jamal Haley, running back from Western Michigan. So our running
so,
back room is pretty solid without Mr. Haley. So it gets even more exciting when you add an additional body that can add to what we already have. We have some pretty solid running backs, and we towards the end of the season, we were able to see more efficient running back play, and that just gives you a peek into the future of what next season can be with our running backs, with our offensive line, able to create holes and able to block for our running back. So, Mr. Jamal Haley, we did add a running back to the room.
yeah, so I think we did. Although I love Bo, I love Thad. We had a nice stable of running backs, but of course we lose Kelvin Dean.
Yeah.
So there were some pieces that we needed to replace in the running back room. In my opinion, I still feel like we haven't replaced that Jaquez yet, that big, bruiser type. But
But Cozy said he needed that speed.
and
A
I
lot of
get
times,
it
many people
because
had comments about how fast if our running backs were getting hawked down. So
but here's the thing though, also too, is how fast are those gaps closing and those holes closing for our running backs to be able, you know what I'm saying? So, but I am, and I might be old school, but I love a running back that one person, one defender not taking them
run
down.
them over.
I love them kind. I love them kind. They're my favorite. One of them, yet one person was not taking him down. Period. He
Nope.
was not going down.
I
So
love
I mean,
it.
although I love the
Love it.
speed, absolutely I do, and I think it's great, and I think our running back room is solid. But I do I like them big bags. I do, but
Big
I think
backs,
this is
big backs.
yeah I love I love the big bags. But I think this is a great pickup.
Yeah.
I think that we did our running back room, of course, because we want some versatility, and we want to that running back. They their bodies are beat on up the most, so you need some depth there to be able to switch out. And so I thought this was a great pickup too.
Yeah. And shout out to Fangs Up Podcast, who typically comes on. just before us on Thursday nights. Also was with us last Saturday on our special show. Did a great job moderating we got the schedule release show. We got a
Absolutely.
lot of great feedback on that
That
specific
show.
show. So
Absolutely.
there'll be
People.
more to come. We're gonna do some more collaborations. Many people want to see more collabs. So shout out to Fangs Up.
Yeah, y'all
And thank you
love
for
that
the
little
thank you for
show.
the shout out on the graphics. We're trying to step our game up, a little bit. Just a little bit. Marvin says he's speedy and shifty. Is a great pickup. So we agree with you, Marvin, on that
Yeah,
one.
100%.
Jordan Parker, wide receiver, 5'10", 185, out of Western Michigan. Um,
So
it's given Gassett.
I was about to say, when we look at size and when you look at that eye test, it definitely is. And I like that in our receiver. Of course, we needed some. It's going to be interesting also too in that competition when it comes to Quan Lee and
Mhm.
Goldie. You know what I'm saying? As you know,
Right.
some of our receivers that are still in the room, just to juggle up that little competition factor. Quan Lee, we know, made some real good strides last season, and I'm just excited to see how some more wide receivers will be thrown in the mix. Technically, Robert Lockhart, he's playing special teams, but his actual position is slot receiver. Well, let me just say, when he was in high school, he played that, and so I'm not sure how it'll be switched around and what the room will
Yeah.
look like. But I think we're gonna have a real loaded receiver room, and I think that's one of the positions I'm most excited about as far as our pickups, those skill positions. I think our wide receiver room is gonna be solid.
Absolutely. And speaking of Robert Lockhart, I'm ready to see that speed. We see the speed on punt returns, and
Yeah,
I'm ready to see the speed
he got it.
in a jet sweep
He got it. He got it.
or a
He got
screen
it.
pass and let open up that hole and let him just zoom through. Ain't nobody gonna catch him. Nobody's gonna
No,
catch him.
he got it. He got it. Like I said, I taught CJ in high school, and the boy is bad.
Speaking of
Now
that
let me tell
speed,
you,
speaking
this
of
one,
speed,
this
this
one
one right
right
here,
here,
we talking speed.
and not even just that as well, but I love, our receivers. This He's 6 foot, he's 195. I love this pickup right here. When I watched this film, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, we got us a little something here. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
nobody, this boy right here, not this boy, I'm sorry, he's a man, but this young man right here, I like this pickup a lot. And like I said, I do like having, when it comes to size and some of the DBs and things around the sweat, I just think that this was a good pickup in the wide receiver room.
Quan
Like I said, this is
still
my
with us.
favorite pickup. Yeah, he's still.
Yes, he's still with us as well. Quan
Uh-huh,
Lee.
he is.
We haven't lost any receivers.
No,
We do
Goldie is
recognize
still
that the April
there.
portal will
Quan.
open up. So that's just the reality of what college sports have become, and so we do recognize we have another portal. We can survive the April portal. We're on to something. But I will say our receiver room is highly stacked with speed.
It is.
As you see, a lot of our receivers are either maybe one or two, 5'10", 5'11" ish, but many of them 6 feet. So they have a prototype. Um, and you could be 6 feet and be fast. So we got the height and
That
the
boy is
speed.
fast.
Right.
That young man is fast.
Another
Now
wide receiver,
he was just
Moses
cool.
White.
He's a big guy. Six
He was
two, two
yep, he's a
hundred
big
pounds.
get. Yep, big pickup. A lot of people are excited,
Giving
not
tight
only
end a
about
little
all of
bit.
our signings, but Moses White out of high school, 6'2", has some good size, 200 pounds. Wide receiver room is, I mean, I might be
It's
speaking too
that.
soon, but we got to have the best wide receiver room in the conference.
Well, we gonna wait till the spring game.
But
That's to be decided.
we'll wait to see. The
But we definitely
preliminaries
stacked.
tell us.
We definitely stacked. We definitely stacked.
Yeah, we're
One hundred
stacked
percent. We
highly. That
definitely
wide
stacked.
receiver room is
And what
stacked.
I like is that they're not young. I don't
Yep.
think Robert Lockhart might be the youngest guy that we got.
Mm-hmm. And he
Far as
carries himself very well,
yeah, and
being the youngest.
he's gonna be a junior.
And I
So
like, you know what? Because we had good a great receiver room last year, but Gassett for the most part was who if anybody
yeah,
prepared for us, they were
receiver
going to prepare
one.
for him. So I
Yeah.
like that. Like Marvin said, we have a variety.
And don't forget Ace Cobb. He got hurt towards
Ace
the end,
Cobb got hurt, but
but
Ace Cobb was holding it
Ace
down.
was nice. Ace was
Yep,
nice.
he was.
Him and Daniel had a real nice connection. The Alabama State game, he showed off. Like Ace Cobb, I'm telling you, Listen, I got a sneaky suspicion. I'm telling you. You heard it here first, okay? Our wide receiver room is my favorite thus far. In signees, well, as far as what we've signed and what we have already. That wide
right?
receiver room is nice, y'all.
And his entire family went to FAMU, so he's legacy. We got a couple of legacy rappers that signed in this period as
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
in different
We
positions.
love
So
that.
that's also exciting because the family is I'm coaching, so they say you can't join in, you got to be born in.
You got to be born in. That's what they say.
So go on and be born in. I mean, but that ain't
They
true because
say.
the folk get mad when the coaches folks say that. So, but you got to be born in. So we like the legacy recruits. Demetrius is ready for Ace Comp. I'm ready for Ace Comp too. I was excited
I
about
like that.
I really like Ace Comp. I was really upset when he ended up getting injured.
Yeah, getting injured.
Getting injured. So Ace Comp, Quan Lee, Robert Lockhart. We got some new receivers in, but please know that our receivers who have been here and in the trenches with us, they got something to say.
Absolutely. And I don't listen, let me tell you, in light of our new this signee right here, I don't care what nobody say. Willie Simmons and our team from 2 years ago, as it pertains to the SWAC, we showed y'all how to use them tight ends. We use our tight ends the best in the SWAC. I don't care. That's
Yep.
what I hope. I wish that we
Yep.
would have got back to last year, but it is what it is. But we we made, we talk if we talking about converting on fourth down, our tight ends,
Mm-hmm.
it
Throw
was
it to
gonna
the tight
happen.
end.
Throw it to the
Throw it
tight
to the
end.
tight end every time. Even when it
Kamari,
was Kamari Young.
yeah, absolutely. That's what
Oh
I'm about to
my
say.
goodness.
Kamari, he's gonna
They
catch it.
catch the ball and they're not going down
Four.
first.
It's 4th and 4, and he's converting on fourth down. It doesn't matter. Like it's
Correct.
happening. This is happening. Give it
Right.
to our tight
So
end. So I hope we get back to that because that was a major threat for us when it came to beating our competition in that 2023 team. We really utilized our tight ends in a way that people just couldn't stop it.
that's right, Demetri. The,
So
the scheme kind of changed up. We were using our tight ends. As a matter of fact, there were a large part of us coming out of those games with wins because we scraped by at the MEAC SWAC challenge. Uh
we
and
did,
and
and
then we
they won
gained
us a
our second
celebration bowl
game.
too.
So
I
they won us a
mean,
celebration bowl. Like we got to lean on these tight ends and for more than just blocking too, because they do block and it's a part of their position, but we need to catch. They got good hands, and they don't catch,
yep.
and they're not gonna go down in the first. They're not
Listen,
going down in the first hit or the second hit.
cause
Sometimes you can get
cause
5
just
more
throw it
yards out
up.
of it.
You 6'4", 250 pounds, just throw it up. They gonna get
Yeah,
it.
Kamari Young's
Throw it up.
Mr.
He's gonna
Reliable.
get
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm
them tight
saying?
them
So
tight ends, and if you look at anybody's team on any level, usually the tight end is a Mr. Reliable. If you got to go to, and we had great tight ends last year, and we weren't able to keep one of our tight ends, but we bring some tight ends back, and
yeah, look at Mr. Taylor Swift. And I said it, Mr. Taylor Swift.
yeah, Mr. Taylor Swift, he definitely
Look
Mr.
at
Taylor Swift,
him. He
and
Mr.
then
Reliable.
most people don't may not have caught this, but we had a tight end that signed on last year that did more special teams and actually more so than playing in. So I have a feeling he's going and he's, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat and you Tashay, but I believe he's 6'7".
I
He's a
don't know
tight
how
end
tall he
and
is.
he gigantic,
Yeah, I
tall.
know he's big. Yeah, he's a big fella. He's
So
a
I'm,
big
I'm
fella.
I'm curious to see what he can bring to the table. I know he did get in some last year, but we had Pruitt, we had Carter
Absolutely. And
as
our
well
tight ends
as
didn't get as much action. But we're not
right.
gonna
So
cry over spilled milk. But
that's
we
right.
like
He's
this
six
pickup
seven.
right here. We like this pickup right here. Mr. Hill on the hill, on the highest of 7 hills,
Yep.
okay, coming from University of Florida. And I saw when I was watching his film, he actually played, what was it, defensive line also?
Yes, I believe so. Yes,
It was a
so
defensive lineman
there's
as
a
well.
potential,
So
and we needed some help on that defensive line. So we might see us a two-way player. You never know.
which also makes him good at block, when
He
we
should be able to
need him
block
to
well.
do, yeah, for when we need that tight end to block. So yeah, we like this. Who's our
Yep.
next signee?
Let's see, Mr. Gozi. Everybody who's pronounced his last
Oh,
name
Kiki.
has kind of fun. I think it's OKK
Why you think it's OKK?
because
OKK,
OKKK.
OKK.
No, that's not why. We gonna find out from Mr. Gozi
I
how to
think so,
pronounce his
Kiki.
last name, but I believe it's okay. Anyway, moving right along. Mr. Gold's the
Yeah.
offensive lineman. We've been talking about the trenches, right?
Yeah, I know
Um,
that's my listen.
the
I was
trenches were
looking for that.
highly
That's all
important.
I was looking for. The whole when Cozy announced that it was signing him, I was like, yes, okay, because that trench play. I'm gonna tell y'all that trench play got Jackson State to the Celebration Bowl and the win. They was
Yep.
bullies up front, and they were it was the trench play. It was all in the trenches. So that's really
And
where
that's gonna be the case no matter who
no,
you
it's
play
all yeah.
against. Your trench is
That's
gonna have to
always
be
gonna
better
be
than your
the
competition to
thing.
make it to the championship game. So shout out to
Absolutely.
Mr. Gozy. And can't wait to
We
see
can't
him on
wait
the
to see
field,
what he
what he
got going
brings to the
on.
line, offensive lineman. My next going on. Look at EA. Let me put this on the screen, everybody. He's trying to
Look
be
at
funny.
Georgia King.
Yeah, EA always giving me a hard time about Richard. He had on Richard
Okay,
so bad.
okay. Well, because you said okay,
I
okay.
said, okay, okay. That's why he said it, but don't worry about it. He ain't like to bother me, but that's all right. EA, we still cool, even though we better than
Williams,
y'all.
six six
Mr.
two ninety
Moselle
five.
Williams, another trench monster, offensive lineman, 6'6", 295. So again, we're gonna always be excited about a trench player that comes to the fold because it's just so highly important. So, and one thing Coach Cozy said, I believe when he was on 2020 Club, um, when he was on the 2020 Club, he mentioned that many of we did lose Jalen Goss to graduation um, from our offensive line, but many of them are coming back. So then you get an opportunity to plug in people like Moselle Williams, Gozy, and anybody else who comes in and who fits, or even somebody on the depth that's already there that just fit and
Yeah.
plug and play. But you need your depth. You need trenches. Offensive linemen sometimes get hurt, sometimes they get tired. So we need to be able to transition in and out when necessary. So the
Because we
more
lost
the better.
TJ Lee as well too.
We
TJ
lost TJ
Lee,
Lee. That's right.
Jalen Goss, to graduation, not to,
Demetri told me I'm pronouncing his name
graduation.
right, and guess what? I'm putting money on. I know I'm pronouncing his name right. I know. I just got a feeling
Demetria,
that
no,
I'm right.
she's not. Okay, Kay.
Okay,
No,
okay,
it's okay,
okay,
Kay. We
okay.
gonna find out. We gonna ask Ghost because we gonna be at the spring game and we'll
Yeah,
probably be
we
at
will
some
be
more
there.
practice. So
Get some content. We'll be at Pro
definitely,
Day as well. Get some content.
yeah. So we
We
definitely gonna
are.
find out.
If we have anything to work, so we will find out from
And the
Mr.
Legacy
Golson.
Bowl coming up.
Legacy Bowl as well. Mr. David Gardner signed with us
Ooh,
out of
that's a
high school.
big
Dr.
old
Phillips,
salad.
right in Orlando, Florida. Orlando has some solid athletes coming through Orlando.
I like the way we recruited Central Florida this year. I hate when we have good people to end up at Valley from Florida, to end up at Jackson, because you can't tell me that y'all wanted to go to Itabena, Mississippi. Like you just can't
Anywhere in
tell me
Mississippi
that.
for that matter.
Oh, friend, that's not nice.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
I take it back.
But definitely 100%, you ain't want to go to no Itabena. I like the way that our coaches this year, we were, especially Central Florida. Um, and that was one thing that Coach Dev and Coach Simmons did real well. They
Yeah,
recruited the Big Ben real well. They recruited our boys here I'm in Atlanta, but I'm from Miami. I always be a Florida girl. So they recruited Florida real well, and I like that we did do that this time. Even in getting in the portal, we still,
we did. We brought a lot of
brought a lot of
many of our
guys.
guys are Florida guys that came back home from a
Absolutely.
transfer
So I
portal
love
standpoint.
that. I love that. Y'all keep
And
that up.
Diana said I'm wrong. You and EA might be right, but whatever.
It's a shade. It's so kiki.
Oh Kiki. Okay, okay. Oh Kiki,
We
Kiki.
don't know. We gonna find out.
We got to be
Okay.
fun with
All
that
right.
name. Okay,
We not making
next
fun
up.
of you.
No, we're definitely not making fun. It's very unique and different, and we like it. Next up,
Elijah.
Mr. Elijah Alexander, defensive tackle. Bring him on in. Bring that defensive line in here. Um, we did not.
We don't want to be soft in the middle.
We don't want to get pushed around on the defensive side. We got to stop that run. And yeah, Kenya, we got some
Absolutely.
serious size. 6'4", defensive tackle, 285, came from Stetson. Um, it's
Yeah.
exciting. It's exciting to see some size come in. Some people with some people, not all maybe with playing time, but have some real potential to make waves and not be what they like to call us all last year, soft in the middle.
They
We
said we was
lost a
like
lot of our
tissue.
some good defensive linemen to the portal, and we had to work with what we had last year. And honestly, our defensive line, they held up as best as they could, but Cozy again saw an opportunity to tighten up and
Yeah.
bring in some
And the
additional people
freak
like
maker. Don't
Elijah
forget the
and
freak
the freak
maker.
maker.
The freak
Absolutely.
the freak maker to see what he brought in.
Our D line coach, they work together to bring in more. So next up we got Sammy Mitchell the fourth, who I believe is also a legacy Rattler. And he's out of
Wait a
Western High
minute. That
School.
kid is 6'6", 295. Is that right?
Hey, I went off to the list that was given to me, so we'll have to confirm that.
Somebody confirm if that's right. Because if Sammy Mitchell's the kid that I think he is from Western High
Six
School,
six does kind of sound.
295 is the crazy part for me.
We'll see. Let's get some confirmation in the chat.
Somebody confirm that because we don't want to be out here wrong. But
We definitely
Sammy
don't want to be
Mitchell,
wrong, and we stand to be corrected and don't mind it. So Sammy Mitchell, another defensive lineman, out of high school. One thing I do really like is we rely on the portal a lot for to plug and play pieces. But one thing I know is that helps the culture and helps with attrition and ends that people who come in and out through the portal and may only have 1 year, may have two, is a high school athlete. You bring them in, you groom them up, you grow them up from freshman all the way up until they're able to play, till they're ready to get in and see some action. And that's what I really love about when we do our good mix of high school and portal guys. And then a lot of our high school guys are legacy rattlers. So they already bleed orange and green.
yeah.
215. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, EA.
Thank you. That's
Um,
that's more like what? Okay.
that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense too,
yeah.
just from a
Yeah.
visual.
Because I was like, yes, I was like, I don't think that kid. I remember that kid. I remember
215.
him.
So okay,
That's
six
more sense.
five, 215. Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay,
All
okay.
right. Thank y'all.
Thank you. We appreciate it. That wasn't. I was like, but okay.
We
Anyway,
got another defensive end, Mr. Xavier Perkins from across the tracks at Florida State.
I'm excited about this dude right here because I feel like we did not adequately replace Anthony
Replace
Dunn,
Anthony Dunn. Yeah.
and so I'm hoping, and like I said, our coaches were just working with what they had. Everything y'all know, the season last year was it was what it was. So we're not saying anything, but it's the truth. We did not adequately replace Anthony Dunn, and he was a monster. He was a
He was.
yeah.
Absolutely. Can't
He
take nothing
Anthony
from
Dunn was
Anthony
we
Dunn.
can't take nothing from Anthony Dunn. He
He
was
was
a
a monster on that
disruptor.
field.
He was a
Coming off that
disruptor.
end.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So Xavier Perkins, um, and he's also somebody that has some time to come in and grow and play more than 1 year
yeah, I like
and
that.
make us solid on that end.
I
Moving
love when we
along.
still Florida State players too. No shade.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, Coach
We
Dale.
do.
Sorry.
Dunn was absolutely special, Marvin. Like we can't even
I'm
play
telling
like
you,
we can't play. Dunn single handedly wreaked havoc on offensive line.
he was a
So
disruptor.
he
He
did. He
really
was. He
was.
was.
He
He's
was
definitely
not getting
NFL. As long
blocked.
as he keeps on his trajectory and continue to grow,
Yeah, I
he's
think so.
NFL. He's NFL
Absolutely.
product in my
He's
personal
special.
opinion. And he has the size too. He has the perfect size. So our next defensive lineman is Mr. DJ Jones out of Virginia. Um, our next defensive lineman is Mr. DJ Jones, and we're happy to
Hold
have
on,
you as
let me
well.
wait, Ashley, let me say this.
Uh
EA,
huh.
we not let me
Oh wait,
clarify that. Yeah. We're not asking them to be done. What I said was we didn't replace done
right.
we didn't replace done in a defensive end. That's all I was saying. I wasn't we 100% want these players to be them. But what I'm saying is I'm happy that we got somebody in that will go through the entire spring, that will go through the summer at that position that we can really, see make some noise and we're not telling him to
No, we
be
can't
done.
compare.
Done is done. Done is done at
No pun
FAMU.
intended.
No pun intended. Done is done at FAMU. But what I'm saying is, you know
But
what
we
I'm saying?
can have
Exactly,
some
Demetra.
productivity. That's right,
We
Demetri.
can replace the productivity. And that's what I'm saying. And I feel like we did not do that as well last year. And so my hope is that we will. I hope that clarifies that because no shade to that young man. I hope he comes and makes his own name for himself. But we do want to replace his productivity. Sorry,
Absolutely.
go ahead. I
Kenya
just had to
wants.
clarify that.
Kenya says she missed some of these. So we got a lot of trenches. Keep stick with us, Kenya. You might. It was something that kind of surprised me too as well. I'm like, we pulled some stuff in here now. So let's move to the next one after Mr. DJ Jones on defensive tackle on the defensive line. We brought in Mr. Johan Myers out of Kennesaw State, another defensive
Another
end. So
DN, yeah.
we got another defensive end that we are happy to have in the fold, much like all of our
Right.
linemen, quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, every position you name it. Welcome to the family. We're happy you're here. So
Absolutely.
we got this gentleman signed, and he will add some depth and some competition to that room. Where we need some. Somebody said it. We need pressure on the quarterbacks. You're absolutely right. Marvin Allen said it. We need pressure to those quarterbacks, and these gentlemen will be the ones between the line and the ends. We got to prove some points anyway next year because we got to get rid of that soft in the middle moniker. So we
I
coming out.
can't wait till the spring game so I can
We got
see
to come out with a chip on
what
our
all
shoulder
this
because
is
we
gonna
because
look like.
I don't really like those vibes for us. So we're gonna have to change up that energy. Moving next to guys linebacker. That was another area of need. In that middle section, that second level, Mr. Justice Cross comes in from FAU/Murray State. He's a linebacker. We have another gentleman who actually transferred in last season that got hurt at the spring game of last year,
He'll be back
and
this year
he'll be
though.
back this year. He's
With our
ready.
guy
I actually
Nayron. Our guy Nayron too.
Nayron,
I love Nayron.
Nayron,
Nayron.
yeah.
The Nayron Jenkins.
Nayron,
Okay. Shout
Nayron
out to
really,
Nayron.
really, really grew up last year.
He is.
You just saw him grow
He
up
was
through
a
the
walk
season,
on.
from
That
game to game to game.
that boy he proved a lot to a lot of people, and he really made me look at him like, man, because he walked on, and not only is he a special player, but he also is a special just leader. He's a special
He is.
athlete.
He's a
If you
leader. He
see
has it.
him,
You see it.
he's a student recruiter. He's an
He's vocal.
athlete recruiter. He's vocal. When these guys say that they had a visit, he's in the comments, come join, come play with me. He's always, real vocal, and I love Nayron. He's
Man,
a good
penalty talk.
leader.
I just realized we should have brought you up here with us tonight. To talk about some of these players. Penalty talk just said. Now I expect that he
This
expects
guy and
Justice
Brian,
Cross and
okay,
Brian Norris. Brian Norris is the gentleman that came from USF last year, got hurt
yeah,
before the season,
we'll be back this
and
year.
will be back with us. So yeah, I'm
He got
excited to
hurt
see
before.
Brian Norris along with Justice Cross, Nayron. You can't say enough good things about Nayron. He's just an
We
amazing
got to
guy.
replace Eric Horn. We got
Yes,
to
Eric Horn
replace
was a monster too.
he was a monster. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got some things that we got to, and let me be clear. We got to replace the productivity. EA.
Productivity.
I ain't go. I
EA,
ain't
don't get on us
go.
this time.
Right.
Don't get on us,
We got to
EA.
replace his productivity.
We gotta come right. Oh, he gonna say, "Oh, that was the richest
He gonna
education."
get us together. Yeah.
Ryan Hall is our
Absolutely.
next linebacker out of high school. And he was actually a shocker to me. I saw him. Um, he was posted by one of our pages, so I kind of added him quickly to the mix of our. He wasn't so he must have been a sneaker too that came in.
He
But
was
we
a
got
little
another high school
sneaky.
linebacker, another opportunity for people like Nayron and Brian Norris and all the other linebackers to help groom and show him the way. So when it's his turn to step up and stand out, he'll be ready to bleed. Penalty talk, we'll talk.
Absolutely.
We'll arrange something to get us
Absolutely.
to have some collaboration.
Maybe after that, we thinking about doing something after the spring game. You got to join that whole panel that we put
We got to
together.
put you on
Penalty
that
talk.
panel.
We got to put you on that panel because we had a
Yeah.
good discussion. So after that spring game, really break down some of what we saw.
Okay.
But yes, okay. Next,
Now we're going back to our cornerbacks and safeties.
secondary.
We not to compare, but we are losing our NFL caliber cornerback in Kendall Bowler, who is also a fan exchange athlete. And we had to bring in some more. So Mr. Chase Dexter comes in from Air Force. That's a high school. Let's just be clear. That's not the Air Force
The
Academy,
school, right?
the university level, but that is a high school that he's coming in from. So excited to see Mr. Chase Dexter come in and learn, grow, see who. Let's just see who's going to replace that the other side of the field. And I believe that we have a blank canvas now, and Coach Cozy and his position coaches will plug and play where necessary and putting the best players on the
Yeah,
field.
absolutely.
So
And Cozy is a
he's a
he
cornerback defensive
played.
back
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, yeah. So he
Mm-hmm.
played in the secondary. So I expect our secondary to be, like that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I
They
like
need to
some of
be.
those pickups.
Caleb McKenzie out of South Dakota. Another cornerback that we have in the fold. We have Mr. Dalen Diston from East Carolina coming
I
in.
like this guy. I like this kid. I liked him.
Absolutely.
Damon. Yeah, I liked him.
We have Jaden Bradford. We had probably about 3 sneakers from signing
That
day.
snuck up on the Florida State.
Jaden
Oh,
snuck
I
in
didn't
there now.
see him.
Mhm. He was Gerald reported this one. So we got Jaden Bradford out of Florida State, another cornerback. Um, all cornerbacks are good
Cozy,
size, so
I see you,
we see you. We see.
Cozy. You put it together. You still got time. I like
You got
that.
time. You got a whole nother
I
quarter
like
period
that.
and a whole
I
nother
like
spring and
that.
the
I
summer
like
to
that.
put it together even more. So
All right, Cozy.
I'm looking forward to it. All right. Okay, we're gonna pull up our next set. Still got some more. These are the safeties. So we got Deion Villers,
Mm-hmm.
who, if I remember correctly, might have committed first back in December. Might have been our first. I could be wrong,
Okay.
but he committed as a safety out of Tennessee State. So he played on the championship caliber team last year at Tennessee State, bringing some of that championship pedigree, and people who used to win and don't like to lose. And just because they didn't win at the new spot yet, they bring over that winning mentality because they know how to work and they know the process that it takes to get to that winning. So I love to see when we bring in winners and people, even from a high school level, championship programs, even at high school level, train train well, have the mentality of a winner. Because you got to learn. Sometimes people, if you're not used to win, you got to learn how to win. You gotta learn the mentality of a winner. EA said he started at Tennessee State. That's
Yeah.
even better.
Mm-hmm.
That means that he
He did.
has high level production. And I think I heard someone say that they thought if he stayed at Tennessee State that he would have been one of their all conference players. So this upcoming season. So again, great pickup. Has playing time. Started even on a championship team. So that has to bode well for us as a safety. Another safety, Mr. Jalik Thomas out of Appalachian State. Um, to be back there in that backfield, protecting that end
On
zone
that
if it comes
island.
down to it.
On that island.
But what we
And
want, what we're gonna do is
one-on-one.
make sure that defensive line and those linebackers don't let them get back there. That's what we're gonna do first. But just in case they get back there, we got Miss
On that
we got the
island.
safeties. Um, Taquan Lattimore is another safety out of Charlotte. So
Ooh,
I
our
mean,
safeties, baby. We got the YNs at safety, baby.
you
I
hear
love
me? You
it.
wait, you wait. You better. It's one of them that's on that actually I use a different picture,
We
but
got the
baby,
YNs at
why
safety,
why
baby.
vibes all day? I changed this picture, but honey, not Taquan. It's another
Oh,
one. I said, oh, this is a YN, honey.
woo.
You need a few YNs.
All in the back.
You gotta have a few YNs on your team. You can't really you need a few. Moving on to our
Listen,
specialists and our special teams
our
players,
players from
Alexander
Mississippi
Davis,
Valley.
punter from Mississippi Valley. We don't want to relive and rehash last year's game, but what I will say is this gentleman was a part of that win for Mississippi Valley. So you got to come on over. We need you back, and we offered him early on, so he came back.
We did.
Came back around. That's why it's always good to offer and recruit all levels of players because they may not choose you on the first go round, but there's a great chance that you will get chosen on the second go round if needed.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cooper Baddix, EA
Kicker.
said that he was the best punter in the SWAC last year. That's
Mm-hmm.
good to hear. We needed to upgrade in punting and kicking, and special teams. So again, Mr. Cozy and his crew, when I tell you he purposely went and
Sorry.
found
Whew.
he probably did a research paper on this team last year and said, all right, let me dissect how good or bad we were in each position and in each role, and let me go and find some people that can plug in where need be to make this better. So we got Cooper Baddix, who
Absolutely.
is a kicker out of Edward Waters, and we're excited again. Special teams is highly important. Last year we
Another
found out
kicker.
very fast and often that giving the opponents good field
Good
position just
field
based off of
position
special
was
teams,
a big
whether it
thing.
be through kicking or whether it be through kicks
Point
that did
game.
not were
Hmm.
not favorable, or just through positions and not being in the right place at the right to and filling in holes to tackle and keep our those returners from running back touchdowns and getting good yardage. So again, this is the last recruit that we have access to, Mr. Andrew Abu Akil. Okay, I'm gonna stop pronouncing because I'm not gonna get caught up again in another pronunciation of a name tonight. But
I
he
think
is
you got
also a
that one
kicker.
right.
He's also a kicker from Western Michigan. So we filled in about what some punters, what three, one punter and two
Two
kickers, I
punters
believe.
and two kickers. I saw two.
Okay,
Wasn't it two punters and two kickers? Maybe,
or maybe one
maybe
punter, but for sure two
one
kickers.
punter
But
and two kickers.
and we do have some of our special teams kickers returning from last
Yeah,
year, couple.
yeah,
So
we do.
that just adds to the room. Kenya said she almost had a nervous breakdown at the class.
Our
It was
only thing, I think that this was a great class. I think the class of 25, I think it was a great class. I
right.
would like to see a little bit more in the trenches just because you just can't have enough.
No, you
But
can't.
altogether, I think that this was this was an exceptional class. And we gonna see. We gonna
We'll
see.
see. We'll see. It still has to come
I'm
together,
not.
right?
Yeah, we know. Well, yeah, we got to see. I mean, and of course, you expect the offense to not look as far along as the defense in the spring. That's what I expect in the game. But I'm very curious to see that quarterback position who edges out in that. We know we got so many, a couple of quarterbacks in the room. Like I said, I do want to see some more in the trenches just because we just can never have enough.
Correct.
But like I said, that wide receiver room is probably for me what I'm most excited about. Because I think that room is just that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that between what
Yes,
we
it is.
had and what we're getting, it was that. Oh, Cozy was Cozy,
Yeah, he
Cozy,
cooked it up.
Cozy, and Cozy was in there cooking by himself. See, Shotgun had
He had a little market
he
flair,
had
little
a
flair about him.
sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Shotgun had a sidekick. You was like Batman and Robin between him and Coach Dev. But Coach said, "I'm getting here by myself and cook, honey. I'm finna cater this whole meal by myself."
He did.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but I'm you know I'm curious to see what Purcell's gonna look like. Um, but you know. I know. I think everybody's kind of looking for that signing
That
and
big
quarterback,
splash. Yeah.
that big splash, and we know what we were looking at as far as quarterback. He decided to go in other places, but um,
Yeah, he
I
said
think
he
if
needed
we,
to. I
yeah,
think I think he'll bring in potentially. You got to keep in mind that as far as I see it, in Coach Burris we trust. Like he's a Hall of Fame quarterback who has a full year, not coming in late to the game to train and work with his quarterbacks. He picked quarterbacks that he specifically wanted for his room. So I have a lot of faith and trust in what he'll do with them, to grow them up, to groom them up. And Coach Cozy, like you see in the chat, Coach Cozy has time to bring in some more pieces. And to see what we have. So I'm excited about it.
I ain't mad at the QB room as
I'm,
far
I'm
as what
not
we
either.
added. I ain't mad at it. Like I
I'm
said,
not.
we got to see it put together because truth be told, I think Rattler Nation, we were hyped on Daniel, but a lot of people weren't. Up until game one, we were still trying to figure out who was gonna start.
Yep.
So and Daniel was arguably better than him in this way. We had. I'm trying to think. Oh, maybe only person I will give you is maybe UAPB's Makai Hagan, but Daniel was the best QB in the SWAC. Easy.
And his numbers prove that he was highly
Yeah,
efficient
one
in his
hundred
role.
percent easy.
Um,
Yeah, that's why I said EA. That's why exactly why I said I'm not. I don't hate what I don't hate it from what I saw. Like I said,
I don't either.
we'll
I
see
think we'll be
who'll
fine.
learn the plays. We'll see who'll learn
Hmm.
the plays. Who'll get how it's gonna run. And now that like we have a real dedicated coach, to the quarterbacks, kind of
Yep.
like what we had with Willie. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I got to see it put together. We'll see in the spring game and some of the practices because I'll be going. See if we can get to that, but
Yep.
I'm all
I
right.
have
I
full
feel all
faith and
right, and
trust.
I'm more worried about who protecting them. If we
Yep.
got some
I
real
believe
good
we'll see some more
protection in
linemen
our
come
offensive
in.
line,
Hmm.
then I think that our quarterback, I think we should be okay.
Yep. So I like what I see from the beginning to end. That concludes our signees, and when we as we get more signees, of course we will be here to talk about it. But Daniel was a baller, and Marvin said he trusts the coaches to teach these players, and that's part of it. A coach is someone who enhances whatever skill sets an athlete already has. So I have no
Daniel
worries.
was a baller. Can you imagine if our previous OC had designed more plays to roll him out the pocket? He did what he did, trying to look over the line at what 5'10". Can you imagine if our previous OC had designed more plays to get him up out that pocket, to roll him out that
Hmm.
pocket?
Hey, I love it because
He was a baller.
there's so much more. There's so much more cohesion. Coach Cozy said himself, the players in the room in spring at this point have practically doubled from where it was last year at this point.
Yeah. Mhm.
So there are so many things that bold in the better in a good direction for us as a program. So spring game is the next time we will have an opportunity to kind of review what we have and to um, make some assessments around that time. Like Shay said, we'll likely bring that panel back and or some variation of the panel back. It was such a good time to sit there and just have to talk to each other, hang
Yeah, it
out
was
with each other,
great.
be family together. So we'll do that again. So be on the lookout. But that's not until April. So it'll be a little while from now. Spring practice is about to start in March,
Oh,
early
and
March.
Cozy, keep doing those players of the week
That
because
players
low
of the
key
week
is
thing
kind
is
of
just hitting. Yeah,
yeah, because low key is kind of giving us that who we should be looking out for without saying who we should be
yeah.
looking for.
We have a lot of new
Because
players on the
week by
team.
week, yeah, week by week, we're seeing new names and new guys and things like that. I love that, Cozy. That was I like you. You cooking, Cozy, now.
Yeah,
Don't let
you are.
nobody tell you
Coach
you ain't
on
cooking.
something. They gotta
You
get they
out
gotta
here
give my
cooking
guy credit
now.
now. He's on something. And
Absolutely.
with so many new faces, we again in the last 2 years we graduated a bulk of the players that we grew to know and love and support. So it's time to get our new set that we will grow, love, and support. And Coach Coles is helping these guys stand out through his player of the week.
Absolutely. And none of
So
our quarterbacks are high school kids. So let's just say what little baby said, everybody except the high school kids are here and our QBs. And I think that's what EA is saying, that he was concerned that the quarterback room may have needed somebody else. He wasn't completely satisfied. And so if they needed to be added, they would be added after the spring. I think that's what EA was getting at.
right, and
But
there's a good chance that they would if somebody was added. The spring is where you need to kind of grow and develop as
yeah,
as it's
definitely in
going
the
to be
offense.
QB1.
Definitely in the
So
offense.
we got to settle in, buckle up tight, and Coach
And
Burrs we
roll with what we
trust.
got. That's it. Coach
And Coach
Burris,
Burrs we trust.
your development, and like I said, I appreciate that Coach Cozy, he made or did make the comment that he was going to make sure and make the effort to have to develop, our backup to be just as developed or, just as ready for in-game time because the drop off from last year
It
when
can't be.
we
It
had
can't be.
it
We
can't
got to
be
still
like
be.
that.
We got to have to still be
Still
competitive.
be competitive
Yeah.
with our backup.
And
So
on the east
we
side,
can't have that.
you can't afford to lose one game. Really, even two, but really can't afford to lose one a lot of times in this east side of the SWAC. So you got to have everybody ready to go. No matter when
We
your number
definitely
get
can't.
called, you got to be ready to
We
get
on
in
that
there and
east
do it.
side. When you on the east side, you one game push you out the championship game pretty much. Now that west side is wacky. Over there
Yeah,
with
you can
Southern
play
and
around
Alcorn and
a
PV,
little bit
you
on
can you
the
can
west
lose
side.
2-3 games on that west side. But that east side, baby,
Hey,
you
but
don't
that
win
west side,
games.
the west side tightening up now. They got some new coaches that's trying to. We can't speak on it yet because we don't know what they bring, but they trying to tighten
Who?
up.
Who? PV? And I like PV coach. He
I
he
like
he
him.
he
I
talks
do
some.
like him.
Yeah, I
He's
do
a good
like him.
coach.
But who? We got to be worried about Alabama A&M. Sam Shade ain't no
Sam Shade too.
pushover.
Yep.
That's what. But he on the
We
east side.
can't
That's what I'm saying.
we can't
East
sleep
side,
on
you got
nobody.
one game. We got one game to lose. You lose one game on the east side. You
You
know
you
it's
you,
kind
you
of a
lose one
wrap for
game, you
you.
number 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's a wrap for you. On
Immediately.
the west side, you got a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But we talked about this, little baby. We talked about this actually on Saturday on that panel. We got that 9 game stretch. Our bye week is in the 4th week, and then after that, we got a 9 game
Yeah.
stretch, and it's difficult. We got a difficult, we got a difficult road ahead. So we got to keep our quarterback, whoever he is, quarterback one protected. Keep our guys protected because that's a long in
And that
football. That's
depth
brutal on the
is key.
body. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
brutal on the body. And we got to, like I said, it ain't no, we got Jackson, we got Alabama State, we got Alcorn, we got North Carolina Central. We got a
Amazing
nice
home
little
schedule.
stretch. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a nice
But they gotta
stretch
play.
of 9 games straight with no breaks. So we are looking to y'all be looking out. We gonna be looking to feed and do nutrition stations and
Hmm.
all type of stuff because our guys are gonna need it. So y'all be looking
Yes.
out for that because we got a 9 game stretch at the end of the season.
Yeah. We're
So
supporting the program in every way possible, and that's not just football. We spend a lot of time on football tonight talking about our different
EA, you
recruits, but
correct.
we want to keep in mind that our women's and men's basketball is doing well. Let's support them
Yeah,
in as the season continues, especially those that are local to Tallahassee can get to a game quick and easy.
yeah.
Let's
Baseball, softball,
baseball, softball,
all of that.
volleyball when it's
All of our
time.
sports.
All of our sports. Track is doing amazing. Our track
Absolutely.
athletes are running the indoor and different champion. They are doing great. So we're just excited. We're headed in the right direction. And we just want to come like we do every Thursday night and talk to y'all about Fang Exchange, the things that we have going. Uh, be on the lookout. The more, make sure you come and tell us. Shout out to our subscribers. If you have not subscribed, I'm gonna say this one more
Absolutely.
time as we exit out of here. Make sure
Stop and
that you all
subscribe.
make sure you subscribe. Okay,
Like the
okay.
like the like the stream.
Like the stream,
Subscribe.
like the channel, share the stream, share the channel because you can also share this
Yeah.
on your social medias if you so will.
Yeah.
So
Retweet it on Twitter if you
yeah,
on Twitter, whatever. Just
get some
you know
eyes
what
on
I'm
this thing,
saying?
and we're gonna keep producing more shows and more content, and that'll be more than just live shows. It'll be actual content. So be on the lookout. HBCU
Absolutely.
Legacy
Cause
Bowl Pro Day, as well as spring game, and then more details to
yeah,
come. So
we not out here embarrassing y'all like some of these other schools. We ladies that actually understand sports.
da, da, da. And with that,
On
thank
that
y'all for
note,
coming tonight.
we
Strike,
out.
strike, and strike again. Thank y'all. See y'all next week.
See you next week.